Alright, so I just wanted to go through a replay real quick and kind of explain my thought process as like a resource for anybody who may want to use it. Just a pretty straightforward, simple combo. And then how to use your interaction on your turn. So we've opened Reinforcement of the Army and Sheeran, so I'm going to add the Rhino Heart, and then we're going to activate Sheeran's effect to dunk the Rhino Heart into the graveyard and mill 3 cards. Doesn't really matter what we hit here. The Celiac is nice. We're going to trigger Rhino Heart to special summon itself. Send the Scream, and off the Celiac, we're going to add Merly. This could be anything. It's going to get shuffled back into the deck. In a second, when we activate our Rhino Heart, we're going to search Celiac off of the Scream. That's going to be our first kind of like end board piece. And so I'm trying to make Volcalos and a rank 4, basically. So this is our rank 4 right here. So we're going to shuffle the Merly back into the deck so we don't have to use anything off of our field to go into Kalos. Then we're going to add the Merly back to our hand. And this is the only part of this play that involves gambling. And we're milling 8 cards, and we're really just trying to hit a name. And then whatever other stuff is a bonus. And we kind of miss, although hitting Snow and a Shuffler is pretty nice. So that's going to add the Celiac back to hand, but this was not as much of a gamble as it maybe looks like, because we have the Celiac, plus we'll have a Merly on the field once we finish some of our lines on the opponent's turn, so that can get us into Rokalos guaranteed. So we're going to Xyz into Dweller, and I chose to go into Dweller because this particular... since we have our guaranteed fusion off of Merly, we don't need necessarily another guaranteed fusion. I don't plan on doing that much fusion summoning necessarily, so I'd rather have the Dweller, to insulate from the mirror match, which is highly likely it is, although I don't know that for sure, but it's good in a lot of other matchups too. And then we link off into Sprite Elf, so we can get our Merly back on the field. Just shotgun Dweller in the draw phase. I see very little reason not to do this. We want to keep the Rhino Heart attached so that we keep the attack boost. That's very important. Had that come up a lot. It forces them to go into Redoer to beat over it. Yeah, so we're going to get our Merly back on the field as soon as possible so that we have access to Celiac. I'm assuming they're going to add Rhino Heart here. So we're going to mill 3 cards. I chose not to activate the Kelbeck, although you very much could since they're under Dweller, but I didn't want to set up their graveyard for future turns, because I assume the Dweller is the first thing to go. So we're going to trigger the Rhino Heart that we hit, and the Celiac, Havness. Now that turns on the Crime that we set that was not live earlier, and or we have a Havness in hand as a hand trap. And then Rhino Heart's going to send the other Havness. Although this could have been any of them. I chose to go Havness since we had the other one in hand. So they're going to triple tag. We're going to Crime that. I actually maybe would have let them just draw 2. I thought they were going to steal, because that's usually what people go for, because it's the best attack. But anyway, they're going to go into Perlerino. They're going to add the Rhino Heart. And so now we have our Celiac, our Rokalos negate, they're locked under Abyss Dweller, and we have our Celiac negate. And we have Snow. So we're going to Celiac here to negate the Rhino Heart. And then we're going to Snow, because I don't want them making a rank 4 to beat over my Abyss Dweller and then use next turn, because that's the out here. Or go into Zeus. So we Snow to flip the Sheeran face down. We send our Merly, and then the play from here is to get Kalos into Dragostapelia with our other 2 names, but they go ahead and surrender. So that's kind of how you want to use the deck.